Hello and welcome to SirSmuggler's Let's Play episode 19 of season 2. I screwed up the episode number in last episode. Last episode was of course episode 18 and nothing less, even though I said 17. So I'm going to continue with this wind power system from Red Power 2 here. I extended the roof section a bit there, so I got some more room to work with, and well, actually I prepared quite a lot since last episode, so let's have a look, shall we? So we'll start at the top. Turns out I didn't really need all that much extra space up here. I tidied it up a bit and yeah, but I can always use this extra space to install some solar panels to increase the power output, so that will come in handy. And here you can see the voltage transformer, whatever it's called, and as with most nifty Red Power stuff, you can put it on the walls, so I had it right on this cobblestone block actually. So the generator here will generate low voltage, and it's going to go into this box here and be transformed into high voltage. It goes in this high voltage cable all the way down here and further down, way down. So it's it's a bit of a distance here, so and the high voltage cable has a little less energy loss, but it's still not loss free, so we will see how much energy I actually get out of this, but yeah, that'll be interesting. And here's the other end of the setup, so you got a transformer here as well to convert the energy back to low voltage, and that goes into a bunch of battery boxes, and then eventually it will go up to an engine up here. I'm gonna hold off on the engine for a little while though. I want to see how much, or rather how fast we can generate power with this thing first. So I'm just a few cables short here. I'm gonna go craft those. And a little tip: when you work with bluetricity, you need a lot of wool. Yeah. So the standard cable is this kind of recipe, and you can go with any color of wool when you work with this low voltage cable, the standard blue alloy wire. But if you want to convert this one to the high voltage one, you cannot do it with anything but white wool. I'm guessing that's not quite working as intended. It's probably intended to work with any kind of wool, but well, I don't know. So only white wool, so keep that in mind. And if I counted correctly, I need exactly 11 more pieces. And yeah, let's see, we will get that going and hook it up, the last part, and then it's time to install the rotor on that thing. And let's just hook this up. I just love it that you can put them in the roof and on the walls and anything. Makes it so much easier to work with. And there we go, everything hooked up. So let's head up and install the spinny thingy. we'll see. So I'll meet you at the top. And here we are. So let's get this thing going. Awesome. So it's gonna take a while before it starts generating power, and it's gonna take quite a while, I think, before it gets up to maximum speed. And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna go craft another little gadget you can use, this voltmeter. So with this one you can kind of check out the power running through wires. So it's a nice tool when you're working with electricity. So I'm gonna go craft that and give this one some time to start up. As you can see, it's just barely moving now, but it's gonna pick up speed as we wait. So I'll be back when we have some action here. And look at that thing go. So it's definitely picking up speed. And let's go check how much power we're getting. So yeah, I got my voltmeter here. It's actually more of a multimeter since it measures voltage, amperage and watts. So yeah. Let's head upstairs. I get kind of dizzy. Ooh. Better not look at it too long. So if I just right click this wire, I'm gonna get some numbers. They don't necessarily mean much, but well, of course they mean something, but I might not know exactly what, but basically you can see we got voltage, amperage and watts, and after passing through this transformer we're gonna have a lot more voltage and less amperage. So let's see, we got about approximately 1k watts going through here. And let's see what kind of power loss we have along this wire. So down here we got not that much. And if I run along here, you can see it's drastically reducing the amount of power we get. So definitely not very efficient to transport your power this long in cables. But it is getting here. We get a small charge on these battery boxes. So better than nothing, for sure, but not awesome. So, well, I'm gonna give it a little while longer and see if it picks up even more speed as it goes further. And yeah. It seems to go much slower now, actually. I guess it's it varies a bit. So if it was slowing down because the wind died down, my readings might not be so accurate. Maybe we're not losing quite as much energy as I thought. So I'm gonna let this run and keep an eye on it, and I'll be back with the report soon. Okay, so it's spinning at a decent speed right now, but it's clearly some kind of random element involved here to simulate different weathers. And from what I've read, it does spin faster when it's raining and there's a storm. And also the height above ground, as I mentioned earlier, is important, as well as to have a clear nothing like trees or anything sticking up to the same level as that thing, anywhere near it. But to just get some kind of idea what kind of power it's generating, I thought I could compare it to this setup here. So I got 5 solar arrays here, and if I check this cable right now, it says 0 watts because the battery boxes are full in here, so nothing is being used up. And of course that cable can't transport any energy if the battery boxes are already full. So let's see if we can, if we throw some cable in here to start draining out some power, we can see what kind of reading we get now. So it's gonna pick up as we use up energy, so I'm gonna let it stabilize, and I'll be back when we have some kind of stable reading here. And it actually appears that we get somewhat stable around 1k watts. So that's what I get from 5 solar panels. Let's compare that with the output from this thing. So it's, as I said, right now it's spinning at a decent speed. So this hopefully is a lot higher than those solar panels, because it's well, it's a lot more resources and complicated to build than the solar panels. But it looks so cool. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, we got double that what we got from the solar arrays. So, and of course this one can spin at night as well. So it's a bit more efficient than solar arrays, definitely. So that's the equivalent. Well, at this speed I haven't really have it run long enough to say if this is a typical speed or fast or average or anything. I need to observe it a bit longer for that. But preliminary results, let's say, indicate that it's perhaps 10 times as efficient as, well, potentially 10 times as efficient as a solar panel. But of course a more interesting question is what kind of power am I getting at the far end of this? So how much am I losing? And as I said, it's very hard to tell for sure since the speed of that thing varies, but it's going to be a lot less. We can be quite sure of that. So let's see here, we got right now 20 watts. Well, that's not a lot really. And I do have 4 of these here, so it's going to take a while to load them, but it seems incredibly slow actually. Let's see if we can get a good view of this thing. Has it slowed down perhaps? Is it the wind not as strong? Yeah, it most definitely has. So it's kind of tricky to get a good reading and a reliable reading when you're down here and can't see the thing, how much it spins. That is unfortunate. But I suppose I could put up some solar arrays up there and temporarily take down the spinner, and we can get a fair comparison that way. That sounds like a good idea actually. So I'll craft a few solar panels. We should have Some blue doped wafers here. Yes, but I also need, of course, some blue alloy ingots. So I'll craft up a few solar panels and I'll be back. So I've been trying with just the solar panels here, and well, it takes a while, but it seems to stabilize at this end at least at around little less than 500. So let me head down to the other end and we'll check it there. So it seems to fluctuate a bit more at this end still, but however you look at it, you can clearly see that we'll use a lot of energy in this long line here. So from 400-500 down to 7-8. That's quite a big loss. So maybe not so efficient to have this long power transport, but well, it's free energy, and also it looks cool. It really does. And I like this complex system with transformers and different kinds of wire. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the efficiency of it. And of course I can add in more solar panels up here if I want to. So let's just put that guy back and let him do his thing. And I really like the view from here, as I'm sure I mentioned already. I can't climb up on the rampart here any longer, since I'm hitting my head on this thing. So let's head back and get an engine going. I'm gonna wait for those battery boxes to charge a bit more, but then I want to craft up that engine and see what kind of energy we can get, buildcraft energy we can get from that. So I'll meet you back at the workshop. So I'm back here with my battery boxes, and they're actually charging up real nicely now, and apparently I don't quite know how to interpret these values, because now we're up to over 1000, 1300 watts at this end. So I don't really know what they measure. Anyway, bat boxes are nice and charged. Well, not all of them, but it will even out eventually. So let's get that engine crafted. And we're gonna need a couple of these copper coils, and then we're gonna need one of these blue electric motors, and let's see, blue electric engine, brass, glass, yeah, and I'm missing glass. And now we have some glass. We needed some brass gears, and as any good TV chef I have prepared a bit here. Those, we got the motor, piece of glass, and some more brass, and we got our blue electric engine. Excellent. And I should be able to place him right here, and I need to get my wrench and get him facing the right way. I guess you need the screwdriver since it is a red power 2 block. Yeah. So that should be it, and let's see here. Maybe I should remove this here just temporarily to disable these engines, so that I can see how much power we can get from only that blue electric engine. Let's see this one as well. Yeah, this looks good. So let's get the last of the coal coke out of that other engine, like that. And let's just wait for morning until we try this out. And let's give it a try. So we got some, well, it's going to be full of seed oil soon, so might not be that much work done in here, but let's see, up here we got plenty of work to do for this centrifuge, so let's just flip this thing and see if it works at all. Well, starting to spin there, and not a whole lot happening here. Something is happening here though, and looks like it's speeding up. Maybe it takes a while to warm up. It doesn't have any interface, it seems. Yeah, so this one's working real nice now. Very fast. And up here, not too bad. So the next question is, of course, how fast will this Enderman get on my nerves? Let's use this nice red power dagger and kill him dead. Yeah, that's what you get. Stealing my dirt blocks like that. And by the way, this is a theme from Red Power. Just a stick and a piece of silver and you get this. And it's, as you can see, quite efficient against Enderman. Not so efficient against anything else, but Enderman beware. So let's see how the battery boxes are doing here. They were pretty much fully charged when we first started up the engine, and yeah, we used up a little bit of power. So, but not too bad actually. I'm quite pleased with this. It looks like it's probably gonna drain faster than it refills from this system, but well, we're not running these engines here non-stop all the time anyway. That's not the idea. This is more a room where I start the engines when I actually need some work done. That one's full of oil, so nothing more is happening there. This one's working though at a nice pace. Cool. I'm quite happy with this. And also that thing looks awesome. Let's have a look from... yeah. What do you think? Kinda cool, huh? So with that all set up, I think it's time to end this episode. Next up, I want to get, with this new power generation here, I want to get a assembly table from Buildcraft going, so I can get some gates and start with that awesome automation stuff that they offer. So thank you for watching, and I really like that thing. And I hope I see you again. So until next time, bye bye.